The Evolution of the MCU, Episode 16.
While Steve Rogers was becoming Captain America, another transformation was happening. On Earth 10,005, in the year 1944, a young boy named Eric Lensher was experiencing the darkest chapter of human history. The camps were humanity at its absolute worst. Millions of people were being systematically eliminated. Eric and his parents were among the countless families torn apart by this machinery of hate. When they arrived at the camps, Eric was separated from his mother and father at the entrance gate. He screamed and fought, reaching for them as guards dragged him away. And in that moment of desperate, primal need, something happened. The metal gate in front of him began to bend, the iron twisting toward Eric's outstretched hands, responding to his will. The guards didn't understand what they were seeing, but one man did. Dr. Sebastian Shaw was a scientist who had been studying prisoners with unusual abilities. He recognized immediately what Eric was, what he could become. Here was a mutant, a child whose genes gave him power over magnetism, over all metal. Shaw took Eric, and what followed were months of cruel tests and procedures. Shaw wanted to understand Eric's powers, to see how they worked, to push them further, and he believed that extreme emotions triggered mutation. He was patient, methodical, and monstrous. The breakthrough came when Shaw brought Eric's mother into the room and gave Eric a simple test. Move a coin using only his mind. If Eric succeeded, his mother would live, but if he failed, Shaw would end her. Eric tried, focusing everything he had on that small piece of metal. But his powers were still raw and uncontrolled. He couldn't do it, and the coin didn't move. Shaw made good on his threat. In that moment, as Eric watched his mother collapse, something inside him broke, and something else was born. His powers erupted. Every piece of metal in the room responded to his grief and rage. Equipment bent and shattered. The guards never stood a chance. Shaw was delighted. He had found the key. Loss and rage unlocked mutant potential. He had taken everything from a child to create a weapon. Eric survived the camps. The war ended. The regime fell. But the boy who had loved his parents, who had believed in hope and goodness, was gone forever after that room. What remained was something harder, colder, shaped entirely by anger. The child Eric Lensher would eventually become Magneto, one of the most powerful and dangerous mutants who ever lived. And the rage that Shaw planted in him that day would bear fruit for decades to come.